It's Evelyn here and welcome to Evelyn Colors. Today I am preparing this page to receive watercolor and I am using for the very first time this product, the Golden Satin Glazing Liquid. This is a slow drying extender for acrylic colors, and I'm also using this product for the very first time, Pebo drawing gum. Let's get started. For the first step, I will be using this little brush here to apply the satin glazing liquid. I've looked at a few tutorials on this, but I'm going to do it probably the way that I think would be the easiest for me. It is a white liquid here. Looks like glue actually, like Elmer's glue. I'm going to put it all over the page because I am thinking about using watercolor inside here as well. The directions say use alone or blend with acrylic colors in any ratio. Useful for wet and wet blending. Do not apply thickly, so I need to apply it thinly. Dry completely before recoating to avoid lifting. Do not use as a varnish. Apply above 49 Fahrenheit to 9 degrees. Always test for your application. Clean with soap and water. And I guess that's the brush. All right. Let me get started here. I'm going to just squeeze some out. I don't want to do too much. That's a lot. But I can just use my brush to thin it over, move it over. I don't know if you can see this because this is white. But you know, the paper is cream color. I'm going to take my brush here and I am going to smooth it over the page here. And even take that part on up here. Now, I want this to dry before I add another coat. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my hot gun to dry it. I don't have time to be waiting for it to dry. So I'm making sure that it's all over. And I'm going to go down from what I saw. I saw the tutorial with someone doing it like this. They went across and down. So they went vertical. First they went horizontal, I'm sorry. Then they went vertical. And I still see some over here that I didn't get to. That is done. What I'm going to do now is get my heat gun and apply some heat so that I can dry it. I think it's dry. What I'm going to do now is come in with another coat. I'm going to put 2 coats on. And I don't think you need this much. I just didn't want to keep dipping my brush into something. I figure when I saw somebody do it like this, I said, okay, I'm going to do it like this. I have my brush. I'm just going to smooth it, a thin layer over it. This page is going to be well protected. I hope so anyway. The layer should be fairly thin. That's why I'm going to go over it horizontally, and then I go over it vertically like I did the first time. I think the way to clean the brush is clean it immediately after you finish using it, because what would happen is, from what I've heard, is that the brush will get really, really hard. I'm going to take my little trusty dryer because I don't have time to be waiting for it to dry. I was going to let it dry for 24 hours, but I decided that I would do this instead. Plus, I saw where someone said they use their hot gun and they have no issues with doing that. So why not use mine? So now I'm going to use my heat gun, and this will be the last coat that I put on here. I have completed the drying process. However, I will allow this to sit for a few minutes. After that, I will come back and apply this drawing gum here. I am all done applying the drawing gun, which is liquid latex. I am going to try to see if I can use my heat gun. I don't even know if I can do that, but I want it to dry so I can go ahead and apply my watercolor. But this is how it looks so far. Some parts are dry and some parts are not. It's kind of sticky. I want it to dry completely before I move on to the next step, which is applying the watercolor. Take a look. I applied it all over the picture. It looks like I might need some more up here, but I applied it all over because I think I'm going to take watercolor all over the whole page. So I don't want to get it on the illustration. I just want the watercolor in the white spaces. But I'm going to try to see if I can use my heat gun here. Okay, I think I can use it. I was thinking that the heat gun would be too hot and that it might cause it to melt, but I don't think that's the case. It does work. I think I need to apply some more up in this area, but that's pretty much it. This is the watercolor that I'll be using. This is a metallic watercolor. I bought this from the Dollar General store, I believe, and I have a haul on my channel showing this. I will probably use this color, and this color, but I'm really going to do two colors. Probably this one and this one, or this one and that one. And I want to put this one, which is, it's not really a pink, it's more of a peachy color. I'm going to put it on the outside of the page, and then I'll put either this turquoise looking blue-green color, or aqua green, I'm sorry, aqua green in the inside the circle, or I'll put this blue inside of the circle. I might go with aqua green because we're always going with blue for water. I want to kind of step outside of the box and do something a little bit different. I haven't used watercolor, period. And so this will be my first time really using watercolor when it comes to coloring and coloring books. Now, I have used watercolor pencils, but not watercolor. Let me get everything set up so I can get started painting the background, and then we'll wrap it up, and then I'll move into part 2, which will be the second video of me coloring the illustration. One more thing before I get into painting the background. You see how the page is folding up or curling? Yeah, that's happening here. And I think it is mainly because I use too much of the satin glazing liquid. Hopefully, the next time I do this, this will not happen. This is my first time, so I should have been light-handed, but I am so excited to be using it that I went a little bit overboard. But I think that is why. Plus, you know, the paper plays a role in it curling up as well. But what I might do is I'm going to get some tape, some artist tape, to put this, keep this down. I believe that is going to work here. You see the edges are no longer curled up. It's a little bit curled up here, but I can work with that. It's just this part coming up is an issue. I'm going to start on the inside, and I'm going to, I actually tested the blue on some paper to see how it looked, the metallic. I didn't test this one. Inside of the circle here, I think I'm going to put this color. So I have my little brush here, wetted it and everything. Get some color out of here. Realize I have to get it wet. I'm no expert with watercolor. Let's see what happens here. Oh, that is supposed to be in the circle. What am I thinking? Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to go in here like this. I think I'm going to have to do more. I might have to use blue when it's all said and done, because this doesn't look like it's going to show up for me. I really think I'm going to have to use blue. So what I'm doing is I'm going over these illustrations or elements. They're not supposed to get any paint on them. I kind of see that the paint is showing up, but again, it is a metallic paint. And there's a little glow. I'm sorry about that because of the light. But I might end up using blue when it's all said and done because I don't really see this color on here like I want to see it. It doesn't matter if I get it on the other parts of the illustration because the gum is going to protect me. I'm thinking I'm going to use blue. I'm going to go in with blue. So I'm going to have two colors here because I think that's what I need for it to really stand out. Here it comes. It's more of a metallic shade, so it's going to have a little bit of a sheen, I think. But I think I want to do blue. I want to go a little darker. And I'm not afraid to go in here with the water either because, you know, I protected the page at the beginning with the satin glazing liquid stuff. I'm going to go in with my heat gun because I think I need to use blue. I want to use blue. I'm not really liking how this is looking here. So I'm going to go in with blue after all. Turn my heat gun on. This is the one that I should have went with in the first place. It's really pretty because I played with it a little bit before I actually started doing this video. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I guess with watercolor, you don't want the color to stand out too much. That's the purpose of watercolor. So it can look a little washed out, huh? A little washed out. There we go. I can see the blue now. I'm just moving it over in this area. And I'm not trying to be perfect here. I just wanted to do something a little bit different than what I normally do. And something that I've never done before. I always like to try and do different things. I am done with applying the blue color. My camera got hot, so I had to turn it off. While it was off, I went ahead and finished it up. So this is how it's looking now. I'm going to go ahead and dry it with my heat gun. Here I go. This is how it's looking. It has like this metallic sheen look. I will continue to keep letting it dry, and when I come back, I will be painting this part. Get some of this color here with my brush. Yeah, I want a touch of the lightness here. I can't even see it. I'm going to go with another color. I think I'm going to go with, maybe this will work. This red will work because I don't even really see that little pink showing up. This should show up on the page. Get this color all in this brush here. Let's see. Ah, there we go. And I'm going to hit the circle here, but it doesn't matter because I put the gum in that area. I don't know if there's a specific way I'm supposed to do my brush. You painters, let me know. I just want to get the color on the page here. Ooh, it got in there. It got into the circle. I'm trying to talk and I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Oh well. It's okay. It's an ocean scene anyway, right? But I can get it on the circle because I have the gum on it. And it's okay to get it on the illustration period. So I have to keep reminding myself about that. Try to clean this up here. This might not even been the right brush for me to use for this. I don't know. Probably should have did my research, huh? Before I started painting. But I'm the type of person, I just go for it. I'll learn later from my mistakes. So that little pink that I chose is really not what I should have chosen. This actually is more pink than what I had. What I had was more peach like. And I thought it would be darker, but I couldn't really see it on the paper. And I'm talking and painting, y'all can't even see. Sorry about that. Get me some more paint here. Get it all soupy and everything. See, now it looks dark. Go over here. Oops. Get it on that page. I'm trying to be careful with this page over here, but more than likely if I color that one or when I color that one, I'll try to make the colors be the same. And it doesn't matter that I touch the hair and all that because we have what? The gum there protecting us. And hopefully it will protect us very well. I don't know, have no idea how this is going to look, but that's what creativity is all about, huh? And I'm going in here, putting some of the red in here because I just want to see how it'll look. Right, so that's it. I'm going to finish up this page and dry it. Hot gun. This is dry, I think. This is how it looks so far. It is, the page has buckled a little bit, but you know, that's going to happen with this type of paper. It's not watercolor paper, of course. But one thing for sure is that it didn't go through. I don't think it went through on the back of the page. So that satin glazing liquid, it actually works. It helps to keep the water-based product from going through your page. Yeah, so to the next page. But I am getting a little bit of warping and all of that going on here, but not too bad. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. And you can see that for yourself here. I didn't mean to get the other paint inside of here, but it seemed like I did it on this side too. It might end up looking pretty good. Who knows? I took the tape off the back and everything was fine here. It's a little wavy in here, but it's fine. I accidentally got a little bit of paint up here. I'm okay with it. You know, if I color this page, I can cover that up with whatever I do, you know. Now, the next thing that I am going to do is I am going to take this gum off of here, and you do it by rubbing it off. So I am going to have a seat because I was standing up, and I am going to lower it down so you can actually see this a little bit better. Here we go. Now, it is my understanding that with my finger, I can go in here. I don't have a I need something else. I don't have any fingernails. Here's something. I cut my fingernails because they grow so fast. I want to take something that I can kind of rub on here to get the gum to come up here because I can't get it. Okay, now what I'm doing, I'm rubbing. You can see that little white spot there. You see how that's coming up? And I'm just rolling it off. Wow, red did not get on here. Can you believe that? You see that? It protected the page pretty good. All right. So I'm just rubbing it with my finger just like you would if there was some glue. I'm sure everybody's done this when we were in school. You take the glue and put it on your hands, rub it together, or let your hands dry and then you peel the glue off. That's what this feels like. And I'm just rolling it here. And as you can see, I did a pretty good job down here holding it with the drawing gum. This is so fun and neat. Yeah. And I like that it's blue because I'm able to see it and not clear, because I know there are some gums that are clear. I didn't so far get any paint on anything. I see some right there. But the good thing about it is that when I color this illustration, I can hide that with what I'm coloring it with. You won't be able to tell. Hopefully it's not too bad. And I'm just rolling it. You know how you try something, you don't know if it's going to work or not, but you know it works because you've seen other people use it. But it's just amazing to see it work. Yeah, it's amazing to see it work. I'm just rolling, but you can pull it. I want you to see that it worked pretty good because I painted over this. Is that paint? It might be a little paint. That's fine. Just going to roll it on off. And I wanted to get paint in between here anyway because that's where it needed to go. But I still have openings. Where I have openings, I might do some touch-ups, of course, with it. And as you can see around the edge here, I got a little paint there, but that's okay. But I'm going to go in here with a smaller brush and touch things up in between the little crevices and places that you can't really get to. But for the most part, it did pretty good. I'm just pulling it off. I was scared to kind of pull it out because I thought, whoops, look at that. I thought it would tear the page, but it's not tearing the page. So I did get some paint right in here, but I'm okay with that. I can fix that when I start coloring, even here. But the important thing is that I didn't get paint on most of the illustration. This worked pretty good, and I covered it pretty good for the most part. Look at that. No paint. And you can see right here that I did add paint on top of her face, and that's red, you see? No paint. So I'm just rolling it off with my finger. And I think I did pretty good for my first time. I'll know next time what to do and what not to do. But I don't come on here trying to be perfect. I show you as I go what I'm doing. I messed up right there. That's fine. Being that when I say messed up, I got some paint on here. That's okay. This is it. As you can see, I did pretty good coating it with a gum, but I do have some issues right here. I'm thinking that maybe I can erase that or do something to get it off. And I have an issue here and a little bit of an issue here. And I think that's it. I have a little bit of an issue here, but not that much. In the next video, I will color this probably with color pencils. If you have any questions or comments or any suggestions, recommendations, whatever the case may be, feel free to drop it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep calm and keep coloring. Bye.